Hey, what's going on, you guys? Hey, yesterday I was talking to my friend, and he mentioned these Desert Storm trading cards. I have these Desert Storm trading cards. I was there, and this is pretty cool. And look at this M551 Sheridan. We didn't really talk too much about it. This is the 82nd Airborne Division is the only unit that uses this vehicle, especially designed for deployment as air transportable parachute deliverable fighting vehicle, you guys. Tops put these out. So this is just such a weird, this is the second series. It's such a strange concept, the idea of going and fighting. First of all, a collectible trading card set about a war that was happening while the war was going on. They're selling cards to kids back in the States. I'm pretty sure, because when I came back, my mother had bought me an entire set. But anyway, we're not really here to look at these cards, but isn't that an interesting concept? Trading cards, collectible trading cards about a war that you're in. All right. So, or a war in general. It's interesting. But it gets weirder than that, because what we're really here to look at are t shirts. T shirts that I purchased in country. I think all of these came from Saudi Arabia. So this is really a strange thing. It doesn't just occur there, but I mean, this is one of the early examples of like merchandising being sold to soldiers in a war, during a war, on the battlefield. So here's how this used to go down. So all of these, we're going to show three T-shirts, and all three of these T-shirts were purchased from like people driving in Datsun pickup trucks in the middle of the desert that would see us and that would pull over, and they would sell us things. They would sell us like bootleg cassette tapes and T-shirts. I mean, that's all I can think of. Maybe some other weird stuff, but like, I don't know. That's all I would have been interested in that they had. That's all I ever bought from them was T-shirts and um, what else did I say? Cassette tapes. They're really cool cassette tapes too. I don't have them handy, but they had this really interesting plastic case. They're around here somewhere. They're kind of trippy, but they're all completely bootleg. Anyway, that's the first one. It says Desert Storm. It's got a big V for victory. It's got a jet. It says Rock Iraq and Free Kuwait. And it's on a Haynes. It says large, but I mean, it's been shrunken. All of these have shrunk over time. This is one of my favorite ones. This is a bootleg. This is the first one I bought. This is like the very beginning, before it was even. This is like in 19. Well, it had to been, because look, there's 91. Anyway, I feel like this is before it was called Desert Storm. That's why it just says Desert Shield. At the time, they were just calling it Desert Shield, right? And this was the first bit of war merchandising that I purchased. Go to war, buy a T-shirt. It's like a concert. What an incredible concept. All right, this is the coolest one. So this is kind of an interesting thing. I mean, it's not an interesting thing. It's a hokey thing. It's stupid. In the Army, they do this a lot. Like, you'll go places that obviously don't have a Hard Rock Cafe, and they'll make a T-shirt for it, right? Like, it'll say Hard Rock. I've got one that says Hard Rock Cafe Seoul, well before there was ever a Hard Rock Cafe in Seoul, Korea. But I lived in Seoul for a year, so I had this knockoff Hard Rock T-shirt that said Seoul on it, but there was no Hard Rock there at the time. So this one says Kuwait, and then it says reopened February 28th, 1991. But the coolest part of the T-shirt is the back. On the back, you get another bootleg Bart Simpson, and it says the end, but watch out, dude. And it says Arabian Gulf Theater of Operations. I had more of these T-shirts. One of them, a girl ended up with. Yeah, it was a really stupid. I can't even believe I let her put this T-shirt, put it on. Anyway, yeah. So an ex-girlfriend of mine has got one of them. It was a really cool one too. And there's other ones, but that's just the first one I could think of where it went and how it's gone. But I might find some other stuff. But at this point, it's the end. But watch out, dude.